Hey everyone. So today is Wednesday, day 14, end of week 2 of Carnivore. So, one thing I want to talk about is the symptoms. I have none. No negative ones, at least. My cravings aren't very bad. Um, I do get hungry sometimes, but then I have a steak and I'm good. So, I spent $440 on 30 steaks. They were $15 each. And I'm eating one ribeye a day because ribeye is really the main thing that I can, that I can eat. Because I find that New York strip and chuck don't have enough fat for me. And plus, they're not as good. So I bought a bunch of ribeyes and that's good. So, um, what is my weight? Last week I was 242.8, and I'll always be truthful with you guys. I've been doing a lot of working out. Um, my bicep is getting bigger, but I gained weight this time. I'm now 243.4, so I gained zero point 0.6 pounds. Now, one thing I will say is I don't feel constipated, but I haven't gone to the bathroom in 2 or 3 days. Some say that's normal in the beginning. You're going to experience that. And I think that's what it is because I've been drinking like a gallon of water a day, and I've had a whole bunch of meat, and I just it doesn't feel like my stomach is full, but I know that I'm retaining a bunch of stuff. Now, interestingly enough, I didn't know this. I had to look this up, but apparently most like 75% of our fat, our visceral fat, we don't pee it out, we don't sweat it out, we actually exhale it. It comes in the form, it leaves our body in the form of carbon dioxide. So I was like, where's all this weight, going? Now, apparently we breathe it out. And then like the physical aspects of it go through our water, our urine and our sweat. I've been walking 3 miles every day, and I've only been doing meat products, which is chicken and ribeye. And so yeah, it's interesting, but I'm gonna keep going. One thing that y'all should know is I think they said the package for the keto mojo, the test strips, the keto test strips that I'm going to show y'all that prove that I'm in ketosis, those will probably arrive tomorrow. I think they said they're in Portland and I'm in Southern Oregon, so yeah, usually it's going to arrive, the next day. um Another thing I wanted to address is fat phobia. Okay, or claimed fat phobia. There's people like the Fat Doctor and all of that who say that I mean, they even go so far to say that gaining weight has no, or being big, being obese has no side effects. Well, that's just false. I mean, obviously you have an agenda. Obviously you have, a bunch of money tied up in that. That's not true, because there is. I mean, when I was 340 pounds, everything was about my weight. I was so depressed that I couldn't do anything. I remember I was meeting this girl for a date before I was married. This was a decade ago. I was meeting someone for a date and I showed up, and the whole time I was so depressed I just turned her off. And that was it. I couldn't do anything. And you know what stopped all of that? When I went to the gym and I started losing weight. And I remember the more weight I lost, and I just sat in the sauna and all of that, and I lost 100 pounds on my own. No diet, no nothing like that. I worked out. And my depression got better. And a lot of it was also that I found Christ. But I want you all to know that um, I am super motivated. Even though I gained a little bit of weight, I think I'm holding on to some of that, and we'll see what happens as I go through. But I'm always going to be truthful, and I'm never going to lie and all that stuff. Like I said, I know that ALR and Foodie Beauty, they have track records of lying, but I want to be honest with you. My wife also, she only lost like 0.2 pounds, and she's doing keto. She's not doing carnivore. But this is a journey. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And we're going to see exactly what happens. But going back to this whole fat phobia thing, when people say, your preference when dating, your preference is problematic, when that excludes a whole group of people, like fat people, then that's problematic. Well, let me ask you something. By being with my wife, aren't I excluding the entire female, every female on earth? Whenever you date somebody and whenever you're with somebody, you're excluding everybody else. Don't talk to me about how it's problematic if we have preferences, because here's the thing. I guarantee you, one of those people, if they have preferences towards a certain gender, or even a certain political ideology, I bet a lot of these people who say your preferences are problematic would probably not want to be with someone who is like a Trump supporter or a conservative, right? Everybody has preferences, and you can't, this whole thing of I demand you date fat people or I demand you date trans people. It's all BS, because we all have, if you're forcing somebody, that's mental manipulation is what it is. And that's the whole thing. They don't care. I like how people on the left, they will say, if you're manipulating your spouse or whatever, that's bad. You shouldn't be emotionally manipulating them or whatever. And I agree. Okay, you shouldn't be emotionally manipulating people. But then they say you need to love and date fat people, or they say that they say not saying somebody's pronouns is causing them to erase themselves. That's manipulation right there. I mean, you guys want to talk about all this. It's and I just think that leftism is becoming it's becoming a problem. This whole woke ideology. I want to say that my journey is, it's a little tough because I'm used to carbs and I'm used to pasta and all of this stuff. And sometimes I get cravings, but I'm doing this for myself. I want to better myself. My wife wants to get pregnant. She has PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome, and we want a better life for ourselves. And there's no problem with that. A lot of people hate on others who want to better themselves. That's what this society is becoming. We're becoming a bunch of people who don't want to do anything. And you know, I find it interesting that the left will say white Christian missionaries will go to Africa, and that is white saviorism. So people helping other people is saviorism. But then they will go say, you need to you need to love my fat white body. These people are the pinnacle, the top, the zenith of privilege. And they're demanding that you love their fat white bodies? Are you kidding me? And let's not forget that a lot of these people have black squares in their profile, and they hijack BLM for their own movements, for their own boost in Instagram and Twitter and stuff. But no, Christian missionaries in Africa, they're the problem. And by the way, love their fat white bodies. It's it's utterly ridiculous. It just gets to me when people are saying that diet culture or losing weight is the problem. And I will agree that some diets, yeah, you probably, if you're taking pills and all of that stuff, I mean, a lot of that stuff is doing things so you don't have to do work. This is a lifestyle. This is about eating better. Now, I'm not going to be on carnivore for the rest of my life, but I probably will be low carb for a good portion of it because I realize what carbs do. The whole, generating ketones and being in ketosis. I right now am, well, 243.4. I want to be at 190, and I want to be very strong like I used to when I was in Iraq. I was able to compete in lifting competitions, and I was massive. I'm 6'1", and I gain muscle very easily. And right now I'm going to the gym about 3-4 times a week, and I'm going to the park to walk my dog about 6-7 days a week sometimes. I mean, you see it, I'm at the park a lot of the time. But I just want to say that if you're on a weight loss journey like I am, keep going. Don't listen to all those naysayers and all those people who are negative and all of that. And yeah, my body is probably holding on to some stuff, so I'm not losing a lot of weight. But I think next week is going to be a big one, especially since I'm going to show you all the, you know, I don't know if I'm going to do a daily thing about the ketones, but I'll try to do it every other day and show y'all that I'm still in ketosis, because I believe it takes 2 or 3 days to be in ketosis, and I've been in that for at least 2 weeks. So we'll see. It's also proof that I'm doing the right thing, right? People say once you're on carnivore, you shouldn't have to do the strips, and I'm doing the blood strips, not the urine ones. But it just makes me feel better to know that I'm actually in it, and if I'm not, then I can adjust. So, anyways, love y'all, and I've been uploading a lot more recently, and I'm gonna keep doing that. Thank y'all for watching my videos, and God bless, and I love y'all.